Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and this is ANC Candles and Car Air Fresheners. If this is your first time joining me, I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you for coming back and supporting this channel. Well, today I want to show you guys the result of my room sprays, right? I know I've been talking about room spray lately and I haven't talked so much about car air fresheners or even candles and stuff like that. But the reason I'm talking about room spray is for you guys to see my journey from when I started making the room spray and where they are right now. And I've done about 3 videos already showing you guys the journey of me starting the room spray when things started looking like this, and this is becoming really nasty. Like, I have to really maybe just junk this now. This is just so that you guys can see that this was how I started, okay, and to where I am today. So the last video I showed you guys, or I uploaded, I was telling you guys about my aha moment whereby I realized that most of my over 30 tests that I've done that have been clear, crystal clear, and all of a sudden between like maybe 4 to 5 days, all of a sudden they'd start turning cloudy, hazy, or just turning into something that I don't even recognize anymore. And I also kind of hypothesized that it could be that it is the way I was storing them. I wasn't covering them in an airtight container or bottle. So the evaporation process will start taking place whereby, you know, the water will evaporate or the fragrance oil will evaporate, the emulsifier will evaporate, and some of the other solvents will evaporate. And then the equation is no longer balanced, or the ratio that made them crystal clear is no longer there. So now they are foggy, they are cloudy, and they are just something I wouldn't sell. Okay, so what I've done was I've gone ahead to remake all those ones that have been cloudy, right? And I've stored them in a bottle, airtight bottle, right? So I want to show you guys the result. So you guys already know these ones, right? So these ones are not going anywhere. They are solidly what they are, okay? Because they've been stored in airtight container. Oh, almost dropped that one. Okay, so right there, right? They've been stored in airtight container. They've been like this, okay? So those are those ones. And now I showed you guys these ones last time, right? Nothing has changed with this. No cloudiness, no haziness, none of that has occurred. And I've gone ahead to do the rest of them and I've put them in the bottle. See that? These ones were done 2 days ago, right? See that? Let's see if I can have all of them here to show you guys. One more. Okay, look at that. So all of these are clear, okay? When I say clear, I mean they are no longer like this, all right? They are no longer like this. I decided to save this in a bottle just to see if it's going to clear up, right? But it didn't clear up because I made it in a cup just like this, and I covered it without sealing it airtight, right? So I just pour it in here to see if it's going to retain some of those things, but it wouldn't because those evaporation had already taken place. So it's just going to remain like this, right? And some of you might be like, well, what if you shake this? Won't it turn to like, what if you shake this? Won't it turn to this? We can give it a try. So right here, if I shake this one, see how it turns? Milky, right? I'm going to shake this one. Okay? It's going to settle back to the clarity where it's supposed to be. Okay? You guys can see that. So it's settling down, right? Okay. So now, what does this mean to me? It means that I've come to the end of my running around trying to figure out what formula to accept or to use as my official or master formula, right? So that is what it means for me, that I'm no longer going to be doing like endless testing on my room spray. So the only thing I will be doing would be like when I have a new fragrance oil that I want to try, then I will have to test it. Because I'll tell you something, guys, when it comes to, it's just like making candles. Like when you're making candles, you want to test all your fragrance oil to make sure they are compatible with the wick you're using, right? So it's kind of similar to that, because fragrance oil, most of them, if not all of them, are cut differently. When I say cut, meaning that they are diluted differently. Some of them might be diluted using DPG, some might be diluted using mineral oil, some might be diluted using IPM, which is kind of an alcohol carrier oil. Some might be diluted using fractionated coconut oil, right? So those different kinds of oils or carrier oils can also play a huge role when you're making room spray. So they're already inside of your fragrance oil. So they can also chemically affect or influence the way your room spray is going to turn out. All right. Even sometimes when you have especially vanilla, right? Some of your stronger fragrance oil like vanilla, cedarwood, sandalwood, anything with musk, patchouli, all those oils are strong oils, okay? Anything woody even, right? So what they do is they can require a little bit of more emulsifier to be able to hold and bind them together, right? If they are not enough, then you start having something like this, right? Or you start having a separation between the water, which is your base, and the oil. That is if you're using water as your base for your room spray, right? So for vanilla especially, the color will not turn out to be bad. However, this is vanilla, but you can see it's still clear. And the reason this is clear like this, or the reason the color is like this, I'm sorry, it's because of the properties of vanilla. When you use vanilla even for candles or for anything, you can tell that unique color of vanilla, right? So this has nothing to do with the recipe or the formula not being right. The formula is correct, is right. But because it's that name, vanilla, and vanilla has what they call vanillin, I believe, right? So if you go on some of these websites that we buy our fragrance oils from, you will see it where it says percentage of vanillin. Some of them will say 0%, which means they have no vanillin in them. Okay, vanillin is one of those properties inside of the fragrance oil that gives you that color change. Like if you use vanilla to make body soap, it will create that color, right? Because of that vanillin in it. Sometimes you have discoloration of your candles, your car air fresheners, your products that you use vanilla on, right? So that's why sometimes when I buy products, my fragrance oils, I look for the percentage of vanillin. If there is no if it's 0%, I am very happy, and I buy most of my fragrance oils have 0% vanillin because I don't want them in my product. I don't want them at all. But for vanilla, you cannot really escape it because the name vanillin, right, is kind of from vanilla, right? So it's something that you probably cannot escape. So it's going to be there. Someone who probably can find a fragrance company that sells vanilla without vanillin, please let me know, hook me up so I can buy from that. But I've never seen that yet because of that name vanillin, right? Okay, so you can see the difference. This has no vanillin, right? So you can see the difference. The same formula, the same recipe that I use. The only difference is that this one is vanilla, and this one, let me see what it is. This one is lavender, right? So you can see the difference, okay? But what both of them don't have is this. They don't have this color, right? Because the formula is perfected the way I want them to be. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to share with you guys, because a lot of people probably will start having the questions, but why is my room spray turning out to be this way, right? The question you want to ask yourself first is, are you using vanilla? Are you using stronger, or what they call stubborn, right? Stubborn fragrance oils. Okay, sometimes your emulsifier is not strong enough. The percentage of your emulsifier might not be strong enough to accommodate or hold those fragrance oils in place, so that they don't like scatter everywhere, all right, in the light, and then it start forming the cloudiness and the milkiness and all the haziness. You don't want that. So the best thing you want to do as someone who is trying to get into the room spray business is, number one, you start doing your testing as soon as possible. But how can you start doing your testing if you don't even know what to buy? If you don't even know what recipes or ingredients to buy to start your room spray? Well, the thing is that I didn't want to share the recipe right now. I didn't want to share it with the people or with people outside. I wanted to keep it to myself, right? But I'm also having a change of mind to see if I can give it out, right? But I can share with you guys. But I'm also thinking, because the way the recipes are, you will still have to do your own testing, not like extensive testing, because the tool that I built around this is going to give you an easier way. Actually, it's going to set you up in a way whereby you already have a standard recipe to follow. So you follow that standard recipe and you say, okay, you know what, this turns out okay, but I want to scale up. I want to maybe do 6% of fragrance oil, because when I started, I was doing 3% of fragrance oil, just to test the waters, to make sure, okay, if everything is okay while I'm doing it. And then this percentage of emulsifier, this percentage of solvent, this percentage of water, this percentage of whatever that I added into mine, right? So I was doing slow and steady, doing a variable, removing something, adding something, you know, just doing different things to make sure that, and again, documentation was key for me. So I was documenting every single thing I was doing. So you guys can see these papers, right? In front of these papers, I have like all the formulas that I have for each fragrance oil and for each testing. And I've also gone ahead to log those things into the tool, whereby I can say, all right, this worked, this didn't work, and it will give me everything that I am putting into the system. So when I go back and I look at what worked and what didn't work, I can say, okay, let's remove this and let's keep this and let's venture more and let's explore this more to see if I can actually scale this particular recipe to see, okay, if it can go more than 100 mils, 200 mils, 300 mils, and to even do a liter of it and still come out with clarity like this, right? So I've started doing that and I'm seeing the results are the same, which makes me very happy, right? But if you have questions about any of these things I've said, please, you can reach out to me in the Telegram group, or you can probably leave your message in the comment section. Sometimes I might not get to my comment section on time. So if I don't respond to you on time, please don't be offended. Give me some time, or you can send me an email. I will leave my email in the description. And also I will leave a phone number for you guys to text me or call in the description. Okay, guys, that's what I have for you today. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't liked this video, please give it a like so YouTube can recommend this video more to other people. And again, if you're new to my channel and you like content like this, hit that bell notification after you subscribe so that when I upload more videos like this, you'll be able to see them. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I will talk to you guys some other time. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.